Before they open vines of shelling crystal, they open their eyes to a riddle sore. Nanoscales tangle infections light up hillside and pink-yellow lapstick haze. Neural weights groan and click against feeling pleasure cores. Encrusted tree sores grind open as the claws rain out in little grass knots at the middle, and leaf guts on dried tarways pry cellular drips apart of the maw glands. The rub, the low lights, and salt the net nails are wrapped up tight. The fall pour strips coat over and suckle to weave the hair into tin rug mats for rusted feet, toes crust and filled with lead, and the subtubes open to the right sacs, the crusted infect sites, leather open and crisps as waxy discharges cuts it like peat moss smoking as crusted on cells light and pop as hairy froth codes slip in stringy plasmic ejections as serrated skin edges dig and cup ready patterns on rotating gel grafts. Inky discharges loop and line the cell walls, vibrating to the rhythmic light vibrations and flake inducers vomit altered pixel fluid. Pink light diffused across a hung moist skin, half-sized centipedes slick the sides with a willed wax, suing with bright saliva. Works thread cells rotate, wire folds in and down, bile pumps insert needle to bulge vein air, fill sac, pores sink and break ice. Molds collapse, twitch down, slow tech vaults, swing wide, embrace the sensors, perforate left sacs, drain, widening deck to reach inside the cytoplasm, and ditch rats in lesser chambers as we heartbeat, scurry twitches, they feel the endo pumps with rotten dew, sweat, drip to hollow floor, bright loops cycle the reactor to include cilia. That ooze is silk, white icicle, stretching taut across spine, needles and claw holds below sunken flesh cords, call insect strings, dried nodule cords twist into circuit sinks, into sites and blows.
But you were not resting while they found the destroyers were heading according to true diagrams of men. So they were green instructions down there. Reread history, medical logic, exhausting because of the shoulders mounting. We lost 10 pounds and 0 nights in jelly sleeves which all been like the plastic side of the pitch. The girl does wear green scales and truck face always to a parody of each other. Rubs his eyes like all the sound of sight. In one day saw a power of uncaving in the image was pushed his car with red eyes too. We went to speak across the road, high signals from let's see if I had any one class. The matter card was one right boy 8 is kind of sickly born. An empty class makes some less ways hate to clog my ways to jam and checks and struggle for air as well. We had a single experience, a withering dream of freedom and beauty slowly suffocating under shit tons of dry flakes of shed skin and hair and smile of fluid for a moment. I'm floating in a giant cave above the sky and below the sea, the walls strip with a sugary fluid, the noise is unbearable, and the earth is a yellow-blue syndrome working at the flaking wrinkle lines, and feathery wings slip at my neck, and a skinned horse eats its foot as hoof becomes fingers and teeth collapse. The horse vomits and falls apart, and butterflies echo out a maggot coat, and the cave bleeds quiet black on forever like a whisper. There's leather on my neck hitching at my sores, and buzzing needlemen surround us. At first glance, they look surprisingly like horses. The cave expands like a full bladder or a viral infection. The windows are bared and marked with goat's blood. We cry together and hold our scabs like fresh apples, brightly dull and salty. Our tears mix with the spittle juice of our feast, as we eat away the dark pitted flesh that grips the skin and enfolds the dusk. Why is it impossible to sick through the solid? Closing down, the idiot on TV is chuckling again. The whales are singing for us under the blue-dyed night sky. The child was sorting out emotions with his feathery feelers located a few centimeters above his light brown eyebrows. He asked his friend to inspect his feelers, but frightened him off when his pal was confronted with rusty streaks of near-human fluid. They both sighed in unison. Where the feathery feelers ended, you could hear a small sound, like the mandibles of 1,000 grasshoppers chewing on their oily spit. But the feet of the boy drew into the floor without a second thought, and his toenails bent and became soft, mixing with the brittle texture of the yellow shag carpet, cuticles mixing with the refuse of an idea gone wrong. The new boy sighs at the old boy, whose face has become a wall fixture with ants marking trails along his wrinkles. His feelers are on the floor in a pool of something sticky. The black night never felt so solid. dusk until now. The new boy made a mask out of the feelers and duct tape. He sat on his knees and smirked at the old boy, whose separated fingernails and toenails made little heaps around the room, against marking them for construction in progress. The sun began to rise, boiling red like an open and infected sore. The new boy continued to smoke. The old boy couldn't, even if he had felt like it. They stared into each other's eyes until the old boy's eyes began to bubble, and they popped like 2 globes of crushed honey and skin. The new boy laughed and vomited a spray of oil and flame. A river a mile from the room flowed backwards for half a second. A cluster of stars in blue clouds. The sun